today, and she just got her first taste of table food today. Got to be right
Oh, all right.
I can't make this stuff up, man. You guys are in the building with the brothers who've been holding you down for almost a year now. It's me. It's that homie T Streams. It's the living legend Larry. Fellas, how y'all feeling on this good Monday?
Man, it's Monday. It's Monday. Golly. Uh, doing good. I'm doing good, man. Needless to say, I'm doing good. But it's typical Monday this way.
Okay. Well, fellas, we're going to go through an array of stories. We've got a little bit of news with Godfather of Harlem. Great show. If you guys haven't watched that, I guarantee you'll binge watch right on through that and enjoy it as much as Snowfall. We're going to talk a little bit about young lady they cast. I think Larry knows this young lady.
Okay.
We've also got, we're going to talk a little bit of stocks and what happened today, why the market was red, other than Neo. Neo did exactly what I said it was going to do. It went up. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have to continue talking about the ongoing saga. I guess I should call it the suffering of the mental breakdown of white people that can't have their way. This stuff that happened at the Capitol. We've got to talk about
just
it.
call it what it is, the attempted coup of the United States of America.
Attempted coup part 2, because the Civil War was part 1. Attempted coup part 2 of the United States of America. And we've got people out here making lame ass apologies, lame ass excuses. But Nancy P went on 60 Minutes and she dropped the hammer on Trump and Trumpism. And we're going to cover all that. So, fellas, what order do you guys want to go in? For me personally, I want to save the stocks for last. So T-Stream, Larry, do y'all want to do the Godfather of Harlem first? Or do y'all want to do viral country redneck rant against the rioters? Take your pick.
Let's do Harlem first. Let's get some good energy going first.
This viral rant by the country redneck is good energy, believe me. But we'll go with Godfather of Harlem first. So take a look at this. All right, Godfather of Harlem season 2 is about to come back on, and look who's going to be playing Shabazz, the wife of Malcolm X, Grace Porter, to play Betty Shabazz in Godfather season 2. And this is what season 2 is supposed to be about. Season 2 will see Bumpy continue struggle to reclaim command over Harlem from the Italian mobsters by attempting to seed internal discourse and sever the vital heroin pipeline. Meanwhile, Malcolm X will be forced to choose between violent and nonviolent response to the near consistent threats to his life, and his relationship with Bumpy Johnson will be severely tested. Porter recently graduated from NYC's Tisch School, and her work includes playing Ma Ramity, their production of Ma Ramity Black Bottom on the television. She appeared in Madam Secretary and Prodigal Child. Larry, I give this to you first because I don't know anything about this actress. How do you feel about this young lady playing Malcolm X's wife?
Yeah, man, I like the look. You know, I like the look. Those eyes are piercing.
Let us look at your face when you say that. Say that again, Larry. I'm giving you that Larry David look.
You need to curb that enthusiasm.
I am. T-String, what you think about this young lady?
Well, I'll put it this way, man. I have no idea who she is, where she's from, what other movies she played in, what other TV shows she played in. But I'm one of those people that's like, hey, if she's good, if she's good, she can go ahead and give it a shot. I'm all in for chances. Actually, I hadn't even checked out that show, though it is on my to-do list. Man. Now that I'm starting to see previews about it, a little bit more. So I will definitely get a chance to check that out. It do have a nice little story, little fiction mingled with a little bit of facts, and so you can't lose with that.
And the cast, Whitaker, Forrest Whitaker plays Bumpy Johnson. The guy that's playing Malcolm X is, when I say he's good, damn, he's good. The senator that flip-flops, why I can't think of his name, but he plays a lot of
Adam
villain.
Clayton Powell.
Yes, yes.
Who?
Oh my God.
Adam Clayton Powell.
Yes, man. Look, let me tell y'all, if you think Snowfall is good, now I haven't seen it, but just going by the rave reports you guys have given and going by people who have seen both, there's people out there that stand by this more than Power and Snowfall. So I would tell you guys, binge on through it, man, because I would definitely say they've got better actors in this show than you do the other two, like a collection of actors. I mean, Forrest Whitaker can carry a name by himself. He's an Oscar winner. So definitely, fellas, get on that. Take a look at it. We'll give her a shot. We'll see what she can do, but I don't think she's going to ruin the show at all.
I mean, I trust anybody that's coming out of NYU's Tisch School. You know, I mean, they put out some power hitters. I mean, you have people like Donald Glover coming out of there just recently. And I mean, this dude was writing and acting in network shows. He hadn't even graduated yet. He was still in school.
So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the new cast member. Check her out. I can't wait to see it. Godfather of Harlem supposed to be back in March. And before we move on, of course, let me shout out all the people that's in the building. Kendall, Cash, Moochie, Stanley Powell, Ronald Cameron, Ellaby 2011, Support Gaming, Buzz 703 in the building. 703. And everybody that's came in here to check. Vanessa Todd, I would be remiss if I didn't say your name. Because I don't want them that kind of smoke. I don't want no smoke. No smoke over here. So fellas, oftentimes when we make our claim to Anglo-Saxon Americans, it falls on deaf ears because we're black. Well, do you think it resonates when you hear one of their own going in on the buffoons at the Capitol? Take a look at this viral redneck who is disgusted at the way these other rednecks made him look and the way they tried to overthrow the government. Y'all gonna love this. Kick back, enjoy. 2 minutes worth of popcorn. Here we go.
I hope you're fucking happy and sad, you fucking little piss pants pieces of shit. Ooh, we're gonna storm the Capitol. Let's storm the Capitol. We're patriots. You're a fucking coward. Patriots. Jesus Christ. Fucking idiots that I played high school football with wearing a goddamn American flag bandana talking about we gotta get up there and storm. We gotta take our country back. From what? From fucking what? What are you so goddamn upset about? What has anyone ever done to you? You fucking entitled piece of shit. Don't you ever fucking call me one again. Don't you ever say, Corey, you fucking snowflake. You're a liberal. That means that y'all look. What? Want some people to not be sick every now and then? Is this the thing that you can't fucking stand? So you've got to get in your goddamn fucking piece of shit Ford F-150 you got from your dad, drive it to D.C. and pitch a fucking fit? Is that what it is? Is it health care? Is it still with the fucking guns? Is that what is it? You said Obama was taking them. 8 fucking years ago you said that. Nothing. What is it that this country hasn't fucking given you? You literally got escorted out of the Capitol building aside from the ones that they had to fucking shoot. Is that what it takes? Did you just want to be a fucking martyr? God, you're so fucking pathetic. Do you not ever just sit there and think, my kids are going to see this. My grandkids are going to see this. They're going to put it in the textbook and you're going to look like the dumbest motherfucker in the world. Nobody will give a shit about Watergate. Nobody. That is fucking... Dude, I'm out of breath from how stupid y'all are. What is it that this country doesn't give you that you think you have to do some bullshit like this? But when you see a fucking black person actually get shot, no gun in their hands, nothing. Oh, they should just comply. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. What is your goddamn problem? Just quit embarrassing me, man. I want my fucking country back. How about that? God damn it. Fuck y'all, you fucking cowards.
Larry, he ain't lie. he ain't lie.
Right?
He basically said what we have been saying, only we said it a little bit more elegant than what he said. But he is one of them. You hear his accent, you see what he's wearing. He is one of them, and he's ashamed. He's embarrassed. He's upset. He don't even know why they mad, and he's white. Give it to you first, Larry. Reaction to that brother's rant. I could go and have coffee with that guy.
You know, I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it. I think he ended it properly where he said, I want my country back. You know, all this crazy neo-Nazi, you know, Confederate, racist bullshittery. It's very much American, but at the same time, America's changing and people, we don't want that. No. We don't want that. We want the America that we were promised. You know, we don't want to go back. We don't want to go back to 75 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever. We want the America that we were promised, the greatness that America is supposed to be. I mean, can you imagine if you're told, oh yeah, save up your money, go ahead and save up, 75 grand. I'm going to take you down there. We're going to get you a brand new Tesla, brand new, spanking new, all the bells and whistles. And then you end up getting a Ford Fusion or a Prius. You'll be like, that's some straight up bullshit. That's basically what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to take us back and make us drive Priuses when we should be driving Teslas. We want the country we were promised. You know, I mean, that's what it is. I'm glad this dude said something. I mean, sometimes it takes people's own for them to get through to each other. Sometimes they have to hear it from their own to get it and for it to sink in. Black people are the same way. Sometimes black people get on some bullshit and it takes another black person to sit them down and be like, all right, brother, let me just go ahead and break this down for you because what you're saying is just wrong. And sometimes we can get through to each other. So maybe if we have more people like him that are willing to speak up and speak out, maybe we can get through to some of them. Some of them we're not, because some of those people up there are the lowest common denominator of this country. They are the lowest of pond scum that's out there. They talk about the swamp. They are that deep, dark, ugly, bacteria-filled infectious sediment that is 2 feet below the lowest layer of that swamp. Those are the people that are out there that are wearing Camp Auschwitz shirts and part of, you know, those groups saying that 6 million isn't enough and all the other neo-Nazi bullshit and all the Confederates, all those people, there's no space for them. There's no quarter for them. Those people should be, they should be set aside from society. There's nothing you can do with them. All they are going to do is foment hate and discontent, and they need to be set aside from society because there is no place in polite society for them. Now, there are people out there that have been like that. They have seen the error of their ways, whether it be because they had a kid or they met somebody that of an opposite race that changed their life and changed the way they thought. Maybe Jesus just came into their life and they realized this is absolute lunacy. There are people who have changed their ways. And if those people are willing to change their ways, if they're willing to come back and say, hey, you know what? I was off. I was led astray by myself or by my family or by the president, by whoever. I know I was wrong and I need to repent and move forward in a more positive manner. I think that our country is a place where people can be forgiven and move forward. But it has to be real. It can't be any of this. We're not in power right now. We still want to have the comforts of our everyday life. So we're just gonna go ahead and go stay quiet and go along to get along. No, those people need to be reckoned with, you know. But if they're willing to come and put their bullshit aside, then I mean, it's America. I guess you welcome them back into the fold. But if they start acting up again, then you treat them twice as severely as you would before, because now they've lied and betrayed you again.
All right. Yep. T-Streams on you, my brother.
Yeah, and you know, that's honest. To be perfectly honest with you, even though it was funny, it was hilarious. I'm starting to see a few people come out. Matter of fact, George Clooney came out. I think it was yesterday, and he was just straight bashing, and so a few other people are following suit. And to be perfectly,
Arnold Schwarzenegger came out and just ripped Trump and Trumpism and those people at that riot.
Yeah, and especially once that little video of them huddled up in that little tenant bunker got to floating around.
T-Streams, come on, man. T-Streams, what the fuck, man? While a riot is going on in the Capitol, you and Kimberly non-dancing ass Guilfoyle is in there dancing to the hits, the 80s hits, shaking and dancing and shucking and jiving, while they is over there going to get Mike Pence, your vice president. What the hell, man? Come on, man.
Yeah. So honestly, man, it's stuff like that that's actually needed. I said a long time ago, and some didn't really agree with me. Maybe it was the way I said it. I don't think that we as a people can carry the agenda strictly by ourselves, because there's still too much resistance against us. And we're going to need allies, with different pigmentation to come in and serve as a go-between to a certain degree on some aspects, because some of those people have platforms that we're not privileged to have, or have platforms and the charisma to carry a message on to some of those who are blinded by whatever this is that's causing them to behave and act and believe in the things that they're currently doing. So I'm glad to see people speaking out. So the question then becomes, now that they're speaking out, what's next? So because this is an existing problem. Okay, the problem is not resolved. So we have us on one end. We're pleading our case. We're speaking our social injustices, and we're speaking our feelings, and we're letting it be heard. But to the most part, a lot of things are still being overlooked. So like I said, so with some of them now coming out, speaking their disgrace and their embarrassment behind it, because it is embarrassment. It's embarrassing because right now the U.S. is the laughing stock of the entire world. What once was looked at as a superpower to not be reckoned with is in some people's eyes looking as like we're a joke right now, and
a straight clown show.
Yeah, and to some people with really, really malice intentions, that that could be fuel to provoke, that could be fuel to build up guts, to build up balls, to do the things that you was once debating on whether or not you want to do. Because believe it or not, the U.S. still has a lot of enemies. Okay, the U.S. still has a lot of enemies, and I can almost guarantee that our enemies are right there on the boob tubes, watching everything that's going on, and they probably saying we don't even have to fool with them. They're gonna destroy their own selves. And so I'm glad to see people like this man speaking out. I would like to see more people that's not afraid of or to put their white privilege at risk to speak up and actually really mean it. Because it's one thing to speak it and mean it, and it's totally different to speak it just to go viral or to get laughs and jokes and stuff like that. Because this is really a serious situation, man. People are going to continue to die for this cause until it's eradicated. People are going to continue to go to jail. Hatred is going to be at an all-time high, and until all of this stuff comes to a head and seems to be resolved. Will it ever be resolved? I doubt it. I really don't think that this is a situation that's going to be resolved. If it will, I don't think it would be in my lifetime. Would I like to see it? Yes, but the tension is too hard right now. The tension is too hard between races in our country, and so it is what it is, my man.
Well, it's Larry tag me in a tweet AOC put out, because there's been a lot of hand wringing of Republicans, Republican media, Republican talk show hosts, a lot of hand wringing of what happened to try to correlate this to the movement of Black Lives Matters, when it's two different things. Black Lives Matters is fighting for equality.
Right.
What are these fools fighting for? They're fighting for white privilege, to keep things where they're in a status quo position. And then they're fighting for a lie to say that Trump won an election that was stolen from him, which is a complete lie. And they are getting away with stuff that other people can't get away with. But AOC made a post, and I'm going to paraphrase it. It was to the event of Republicans are trying to say, look, you need to let Trump be, let him go off into the sunset, because we need you and the Democrats to bring the country together. And AOC echoed what I'm saying to myself and what me and Larry say to each other privately. There is no unity with people that want to control other people, that people that think that they are the superior race over other people. There is no unity. The unity you get is you throw their asses in jail, you stomp out Trumpism, and you take their leader and you hang him out to dry too. That's how you bring people together, by showing that law and order is fair. That's the unity you get. You cannot bring unity together with someone who's a white supremacist. No, it don't work like that. And so now we're at a point where Nancy Pelosi not only is going after Trump, but did you guys know, I know Larry knows, but T-Streams, did you know there was 145 House members?
47.
147 that voted to keep Trump in power, even though they just seen what happened on Wednesday.
Right. Yeah, and they getting some backlash back in their little states and stuff, I heard as well. Yeah, that's absolutely terrible, man.
They're traitors. I mean, think about it, T-Streams. You're voting for a man who just tried to overthrow the government. You're voting to keep him in power. And Nancy Pelosi is about to bring up an article to try to get them out of their job too. And you know what? I heard Republicans, it's too many of it. Fuck that. If 50 million people, black people, march to Washington to say they hate this country, they're going to overthrow the country, do you think they would not hesitate to try to put us all in jail? Yeah. Come on.
They would find us and we would be in jail.
They would send us to the moon as long as they could lock our ass up.
You know, here's the thing is that I know a lot of people are calling for unity. They're calling for Joe Biden to bring the country together. And I'm not against that. But in order for that to happen, there has to be a reckoning, that things have to come to a head, and it has to be where those people are coming to us. It can't be we're going to go say, okay, these are these seditionists, these racists, these neo-Nazis, and we're going to meet them somewhere in the middle. We can't do that. We've already seen what happens with this. And a lot of historians, if you ask them, they will tell you one of the greatest failures of this country after the Civil War was not making the South have some sort of punishment. You have to punish those people. Instead, what they did is they said, we want to unite the country, and they let those people go on about their daily lives without any punishment. And we've seen where that has taken us over the last 200 years. We have lived in a divided country the entire time, where you have the South, which is racist and horrible, still today, to this day, talking about the South will rise again and carrying these they're not even Confederate flags. I mean, the thing was never even adopted. It was just a symbol of hate, really. That's really what it is. It is just their symbol of hate. But there was no punishment. And these people never changed their way of thinking. In a lot of ways, they never changed their way of acting. And because of that, it led to the fall of Reconstruction, which was our country was going in this beautiful, glorious way and direction. Our country probably would have been an enormous, even more of a powerhouse now. We would have not have been the theoretical beacon on the hill. We would have been the actual beacon on the hill. Our country would have been so bright. But they screwed up Reconstruction, and we can't allow that to happen again. These people have to be punished severely. When people stand up against the country like this in an illegal way, and I'm not someone that says that you can't stand up against your country. I, as a black person in America, understand the importance of being able to stand up without fear against your country and say change needs to happen. But you can't do it in a seditious manner. You can't say, I lost an election, my guy lost an election, and I'm pissed off, and so I'm going to try and take over the country. You can't do that. And those people need to be punished. And before they're welcomed back into the fold of polite society, there has to be two things that have to, one of two things. Either you have to dispatch their thinking, or you have to dispatch them. That's it. I know it sounds effed up. It sounds harsh. It sounds ugly. No one wants to think about what that means. But you either have to get rid of their thinking, or you have to get rid of them, because they cannot coexist in our society and think we're going to have a peaceful society. It's not going to happen.
And so right now, those same individuals are planning on Inauguration Day to go to each capital of all our states, all 50 states, with armed militias. This is what if you want to bring this country together, like Larry said, like I've been saying, you have to stomp their ass out. You have to detach Trumpism and that mindset that started before Trumpism. You've got to detach that from them. And you do that through law and order. Before we get past this, I want you guys to hear what Nancy P had to say in regards to the way they're going to try to manipulate Trump. And Nancy
before you go to there, Lamont, can I just say one thing on that as far as bringing the people together?
Yeah, go for it.
We know how to do this in this country. We know the process of bringing people together. Our State Department has led peace and reconciliation processes in other countries. We have put forth programs to say, this is how you do it. And other countries have implemented it, and it has worked. There have been other countries that have come together after civil wars, after mass genocides, after all kinds of horrific, instances out there. They've been able to come together. We know how to implement peace and reconciliation. We just need to decide as a country if we are willing to force our people to do the work. That's really what it comes down to. We have to decide, are we going to force our citizens to do that work?
And they need to get that shit done too. But ladies and gentlemen, take a look at what Nancy P said on 60 Minutes. And we'll further break this down and talk about some more of the fallout from the riots this past.
The proper response in your opinion?
Well, we have to, it's not about him anymore. We have to go forward to make sure we have the proper protection in terms of cybersecurity for our country, because this was a very major assault. And I can go into some detail, but not all in terms of intelligence.
Tit for tat? Mitt Romney says it's tantamount to them, somebody invading us with bombers, flying bombers over our country.
That's right. It's an assault.
And so what do we do in return? Nothing?
To Russia?
To Russia.
It would be helpful if we had a government, and we will soon.
10 days.
That will look into how this came about. I mean, again, I don't want to go too far down that path in terms of what is public and what may not be. But clearly, there's another offense on the part of this dangerous president of the United States, that he will not accept the fact that the Russians engaged in infiltrating and affected the integrity of our elections. And now this assault on our cybersecurity it can affect everything. It can affect everything.
You've been briefed on this by the intelligence community.
Not so much.
Really?
Not so much. I mean, I have some other knowledge of it because I have a background in it, but we still haven't had the fullest. I don't know that they know everything yet. But what we do know is the president is once again in his Putin denial. What is it that Putin has on him? We might know when we see his taxes. We might know. But, the fact is...
Can Congress get a hold of his taxes?
Yeah. But right now, that's in a case in New York, too.
Right.
But that's part of it. But the fact is that the reason for us to want his taxes are not substantive only about him. It's about how presidents of the United States or candidates for president should be releasing their taxes so that people know what they.
But when we've talked about investigations up here, are you in favor of a congressional subpoena to get those taxes?
We have a subpoena. Richie Neal has that subpoena. It's in the courts. It's in the courts.
So you want to pursue that?
Yeah. Well, it isn't pursue. It is in pursuit, and it is for the purpose of legislating how does the IRS deal with that and the rest. So there's a legislative purpose to that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give it to you first, T Streams. This happened 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And we got up here and we talked about just how massive of an assault this was tantamount to basically coming here and breaking into the Pentagon, except for they done it online. And when they see how dumb those toothless rednecks was that attacked the White House, you've got that chaos going on. How does it make them feel about our vulnerabilities when they just hacked us and got away with the most data any other country has ever gotten out of the United States because of the incompetence of our leadership? T-Streams, floor is yours.
Yeah, it's definitely, man, a serious task at hand. And I like the way she put it. She said that he's a handmaid for Putin. You know, whatever it is that they do have going on, I do believe that it has to be something. And I sort of stand in agreement with her. It's just too naive to sit here and to believe that Russia keeps coming up and all of this stuff, but nevertheless, there's no consequences. Yeah, they did some punk ass sanctions back, a while back, but it was nothing that can sting. It was just something to keep people pacified. And when you're talking about data breaches, you're talking about a high level security, clearance stuff and things of that sort. You're not talking about somebody's Macy's account. You're talking about things that could actually bring down our system. And right now, one of the big what else is already out there that's up for grabs. Maybe they have something over his head. I don't know, but it is obvious that something is going on. Yeah. It would be nice. It would be nice to see them get down to the bottom of it. At the end of the day, Donald Trump is a crook.
Simple and plain.
He's not. He may not be robbing grocery stores and snatching purses, but he's a white collar crook. We've known that. From some of his shady business deals in the past with real estate. There's people all over the country that that tried to come out. When he was running for president, was like, hey, this is not the guy that you want. But nevertheless, America in its naiveness still decided that we was gonna allow him in to the White House. And so really none of this should be new to anybody, because we was aware of a lot of the shenanigans that was going on prior to him even getting in office. We knew that he had some kind of dealings with the Russians and stuff like that. We knew all this stuff. We knew that he had deals with shady individuals and stuff. And so, I would just, I can't wait for the 20th to actually be here. We still got a few more days. Well, we got about a week or so. So we still got a few more days left. I don't know, some of them talking about trying to impeach him or strip him or, fire him or do whatever the case so they can strip his presidential privileges, which I think that's really the only benefit, because, I mean, damn, what much more of a joke can we have is to have this man ruin everything else and then continue to pay for his security and pay for his life for the rest of his life, off our tax dollars after he done fucked us all. So, I don't know, man. It irritates me just thinking about it because, hell, I could have ran for the president. If that was the case, they should have gave me a damn shot.
Hey, you would have got my vote, my Detroit brother. Because if you can make it in Detroit, damn it, you can make it anywhere else. Larry, reactions to Nancy P. and Chris P. made a good point about Jeffrey Epstein, but I would want to say this too. It wasn't just Trump that wanted Jeffrey Epstein dead. A whole lot of other people wanted him dead because there's no telling the treasure trove of information that man had on so many people who were in the public spotlight. But Larry, your reaction to Nancy P.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that hack is concerned, it's sort of the same way with the intrusion on the Capitol building. When it comes to the Trump people, they simply let them come in. They let them walk in. I cannot believe and do not believe that these vulnerabilities were so extensive, and yet our government was fully unaware of them. I think what happened is that the Trump administration probably put the word out, no, we're not taking the software offline. They probably had to go through the process of because, I mean, government, there's layers upon layers upon layers. It's one of the things that people talk about, especially at the federal government. Things move slowly. If something's not working, you want some new software, it takes forever, because then you have to go and you have to put in multiple bids, and you have to get approvals. You have to do all kinds of stuff to get software. It's not like we can just say, okay, let's go buy, a new antivirus program or go get a new operating system. You can do that as an individual. As a government, it's much more. There's much more to it than that. But I think what happened is they probably realized that this software has some serious security vulnerabilities, and the Trump administration just simply knew what was going on. Maybe they didn't know to the extent, but I think Trump probably knew what was happening, and he allowed for the software to stay running, so that Putin and the Russian and the FSB and the Russian security apparatus can get all of the data and all the information that they wanted before he leaves office, and these holes get closed up. Exactly. And so it's the same way with the Capitol. You saw those Capitol police officers letting people in the doors, welcoming them in, taking pictures and taking selfies with them, ushering people that had rushed up there, ushering old ladies back down the stairs once they were done with their seditious behavior. So
Larry, that's the one that got me, Larry. That boy, that's the one that got me. Your old ass can hardly get up the stairs, and you need help coming down the stairs. You shouldn't have took your butt up there in the first place, and then you get helped down. Man, that's a joke.
So I just think that it is one of those things that we are not going to be able. We're not going to be able to. I mean, until we can get rid of these people within our government, we're not going to get rid of the problems, because governments are nothing more than a collection of people. And we have problems with the people, because there are people out there that have an interest in power, and they have an interest in subjugation. They want to subjugate people like you and I. They want to subjugate women. They want to subjugate homosexuals. They want to subjugate anybody who is not a white male. And so Christian not even male. That, because you have a lot of these people out there now, these white nationalists talking about that they're practicing that whatever that Viking religion is, where where you have Thor and Odin and all that, because they feel like that's a pure white religion. They don't like the idea of being a Christian, because they know that practicing Christianity is practicing an African religion. They know that Jesus is black. You can deny it all you want. You can put pictures of a white Jesus on your wall, but we know that he's black. The Bible describes him. We know what he is. You know what he is. You can deny it all you want. So
hair like wool, like wool, skin as brown as mine. We know what Jesus was. So, fellas,
exactly. People can look at Mariah Carey and try and claim she's white. They know she's black.
Yeah.
She knows she's black. They can look at her all day and night and say, well, she's got blonde hair and she looks white. She's black. She knows it, and you know it too. It is what it is. There are certain things that you can try and claim are one thing, but it is what it is. We know that, we know the Jets are always going to suck. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah, Jets are going to suck. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to our last and final story, and that is stocks. But before we get to that, why y'all had to play me out like this? This was on the Stars Instagram account, and it titled hashtag Lamont Tyson, lock and key for Kerry. And I was like, man, so y'all be watching my YouTube, huh? Y'all be watching my YouTube over there. I said, if you really was about it, you should put my name up there with Kerry, Lamont and Kerry. This was on the Stars Instagram account, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody be over there either reporting on us or they be watching. Because damn, man. I said, I'm off Team Kerry now. But anyway, so fellas, whenever I get big stock news, you two guys get it pretty much first. And you guys got my information on Friday night about the big to-do on NEO. Matter of fact, Larry got up here with me last night to talk about the stocks on NEO and what happened. And before I show you guys what went down, take a look at what NEO rolled out from their NEO Day, which is their version of E3 or CES, just with their own in-house products, and how they're going to beat Tesla by having a self-driving battery changing network where you drive your car in there, they change your battery in 2 minutes, you got a full battery, keep on rolling. Let's take a look and we'll discuss what happened with the stock. I swear they robbed Iron Man of his music from the first Iron Man, because all that sounded just like Iron Man music in the first Marvel movie. But ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I had a huge insight that the stock was going to go up today was because they announced 3 big things at their NEO Day. Number one, they're releasing this car right here, the ET7, which is supposed to rival the Tesla Model S. This car gets 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, has a 500-mile battery, 100 kilowatt battery. It'll get you 500 miles per charge. It's going to be self-driving, and it's cheaper than the Tesla Model S. It's only going to cost 60 grand. Then they're doing tax credits, which might get the car down to 49. And the other big announcement was they are partnering for their autonomous driving with the chip maker, the semiconductor maker, NVIDIA, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest name in semiconductors, NVIDIA, is partnering with the third or second biggest name in EVs. And they announced how they're trying to take their solar business global. So I told Larry, I was like, look, my brother, this ain't insider trading, but Larry, that stock is going to go up at least $5 on Monday. And damn, it did. It went up there. And so I told him, you can play it by buying a call. If you believe in the company long term that it's going to change the world like Tesla, you can buy and hold, or you can do like I did and buy a call. So I'm going to take you guys on my screen and show you the call I bought and what it's looking like right now. And this is with the stock having come down a couple of dollars. So all right, this is my Robinhood account. I was already looking at NEO. And if you go over here to my options screen, right here, you see NEO, and I bought a $52.50 call, and the stock is up to $62. So when we scroll down right here, I've got a net return on my contract of basically $600. My value that I paid is $445. What this contract is worth right now is $1,040. I can walk away tomorrow morning with this, and my contract expires this Friday. Fellas,
Nice.
did anybody take opportunity to jump on this Neo? I give it to you first, Larry.
I didn't jump on Neo because I already own Neo, so I'm just sort of holding it. I was thinking about grabbing some more, but I did not. I think I might. I was debating whether or not to jump in tomorrow and buy a call or something, since I can get in, and with it expired on Friday. But I don't know, man. I'm thinking of just buying some more shares and just holding it, because I kind of like the company. I'm sort of like, I sort of just want to buy it and hold it. Like when I bought them originally, I didn't buy it to trade it. I bought it as an investment. I bought it to keep it. Now I did sell some, because when I bought Neo, I think I bought Neo at like $8 or something. And so I sold enough to cover my initial investment, and then I kept the rest of the shares. So I'm debating now, maybe I'll just pick up some more shares, because I actually like them, long.
I do too. T-Streams.
Yeah.
What do you think about the company? How do you feel about them letting you just drive right on up into a shop, jack your car up, change out your 500-mile battery, send you back on the road, you own your business?
That would be nice. I'm eager. I would be eager to see or understand how they would do their docking or charging stations and stuff like that. But it's a pretty decent concept. What got me is that they have teamed up with NVIDIA. Now, I'm not sure if any of the guys that's actually watching familiar with NVIDIA, but that right there is huge news.
Huge.
I mean, NVIDIA they're so much more than the little NVIDIA Shield streaming boxes. And so, I mean, they just recently released a new processor not too long ago, and now that they're doing this, so they're making some big news, and that's a huge deal. I would like to see what this partnership tends to look like over the next couple of years.
Yeah, they are using a technology called LiDAR for their autonomous driving, and they are really trying their best to beat Tesla to the punch of being autonomous in their driving. It's interesting. This is going to be a year for EVs, because you've got there's a gang of them. You've got that Canoe van that I showed you guys. The Canoe van is completely self-driving. There's not even going to be a steering wheel. You just hop in the van. It's a subscription service, and it drives you around as if you're in an Uber. They're trying to launch that in 2024, and that went IPO earlier last year, and it's $14 right now. And if they can get that model to work,
what's the ticker on that one?
Shoot, let me pull up my Robinhood and dig on it for you again. It's called, the name of the company is Canoe. And Canoe, here we go. GOEV, Canoe.
GOEV. I think I might own that.
Yeah, because I mean, we talked about it last year. We talked about them last year when they first got their thing going. We had talked about them. But so, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Canoe, you've got them, you've got Nikola, which I don't got no love for Nikola whatsoever. You've got Fisker. There's a bunch of these EVs coming out there, but the way I like for people to think about, how do you differentiate the EVs?
Fisker's not public yet, though, right?
No, Fisker's not public yet. No,
Fisker's supposed to go public this year with a SPAC, I think.
Yeah, they are. Be More Careful is talking about Hennessy Capital. You got them too. The differentiating point for me is, of all these companies producing EVs, which one of them has the most diversified portfolio that can actually change the world through all their products being sustainable? Tesla crosses that box. Tesla's doing solar energy. They're doing solar plants that you can put in your home and run off the grid, and you can use your car on electric. NIO is doing the same thing. Now NIO has partnered with the most powerful chip processing company on the planet. Those are two legacy companies that I think you guys can bank on long term, even if you didn't get a chance to ride this uptrend that they had today. Investors are still going to be buying it because JP Morgan just increased the price target on NEO. So if you didn't get it, I think it's a company you guys can believe in long term. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Fellas, any closing words before we get out of here? I personally will be back tomorrow at about 9 o'clock to review season 4 of The Resident. I can't wait.
I finally saw a preview for it today, and so I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll check it out, man.
Hey man, have I ever steered y'all wrong? Never.
You're on a good roll, homeboy.
Never.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do it. There's too many episodes to catch up on because this network. I think they have like 20 episode seasons.
Oh no, I don't expect y'all to get in on this. No. I'm not even asking for y'all's help on this one. I'm asking y'all for help on Snowfall, on Godfather of Harlem, on WandaVision. Those are the things I need y'all help on. The Resident is like my guilty pleasure. So that's my guilty pleasure. I love that show, and I will be reviewing it. I might even see if Nita the Diva want to jump up here and review some Resident with me as she continues to grow her channel. Shout out to Nita the Diva who's in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I will say this just before we get up out of here.
Okay.
Two things. One, right quick, if you happen to be a neighbor of anyone and you're not wearing a mask, don't smile and wave at them and think you're being neighborly. You're just being an asshole. I don't want to see if you are anywhere near me, if I can see you, I don't want to see your smile. That's just the way it is. I do not want to see your smile. You should have a face mask on at this point. And if I can see your smile, that is not you being neighborly. That is you being an asshole. Wear a mask. Now, the other thing that I want to say is that I was watching TV today. I was watching the news, and they said that I believe there were 2 Capitol police officers suspended. One of them has been arrested, and 10 to 15 of them are under investigation for their either direct participation or their dereliction of duty while during these riots or sedition or coup attempt, whatever you want to call it, at the Capitol. And I hope that this is a wake-up call for the rest of white America, who we have been telling for the longest time that there is a problem, a systematic problem in our law enforcement. And where it can get even more dangerous is as they are calling for, armed rebellion and armed takeovers of capitals at all 50 states in the United States on January 20th. As they are calling for that, the problem with that and that makes it scary is that a lot of these law enforcement agencies around the country have a lot of white nationalists, white supremacists, and people that are anti-government in their ranks. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have anybody, forget about what do they call it? They say when the wolf is watching the hen house or something like that, or the whatever that phrase is. It's like you have the people that are running the hen house. They're the ones that are in charge of it. They're the ones that are they're supposedly the ones that are supposed to be looking after these folks, and instead they're up there, promoting it, letting people into the front door. So it's going to be a dangerous, day on the 20th and probably leading up to it. And I hope people stay safe. If you are a law enforcement officer out there, I hope that you know who supposedly has your 6, because there's a lot of people out there that'll smile in your face, drink your beer and eat your barbecue. And then when it comes down to it, they will stab you in the back. So be careful. Know who it is that's watching your 6 out there if you're in law enforcement. And I say that because I have family and friends out there that are in law enforcement. I want them to be safe as well. So, it's not. This country is not going to be. It's going to be ugly. It's not going to be pretty for the next week or so, and probably long after that. So just everybody watch their back.
T Streams, last word on you.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly, and I'm assuming that the only way for them to attempt to make their statement is to try to disrupt some of these some of the states as well. And so, as always, be careful. I know a lot of people they started rolling out the vaccines. I'm not sure, if you guys got those or not. When it's my turn, I will get mine. But stay safe. Continue to wear your mask and do whatever you have to do to keep you and your people safe. It always get gloomy before it gets brighter. So just live each day anticipating that. And so that's all I really have.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, be safe, mask up, watch each other six, and continue to watch us as we keep you informed and entertained, bringing you the greatest array of content you're going to find on YouTube. We cover it all. And I will see you tomorrow about 9:15ish for my review of The Resident. It'll be live. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to T Treen's channel, subscribe to Larry's channel. And until that next sexy video, we'll see you.
Peace.